Lucid just held its launch event on Wednesday this week, and we got interesting new facts about their production vehicles and new information about the company's future plans. Lucid could soon become one of the major players in the electric vehicle market. In this video, I'll go over the key points that were discussed at the launch event and what we know so far. But first, let's get plugged in. Hello and welcome to EV Source. My name is Harry and I'm your host for today's dose of EVs and technology. If you missed Lucid's launch event or did not have time to watch the whole thing, not to worry, because in this video I'll go over the entire event and compress it all down to just around 10 minutes, including all the major key points that we learned from the event. I recently made another video about Lucid where I went over what we knew about their vehicles back then. There are a few things in that video that you won't find in this one, which is why I suggest you watch the other video as well if you really want to get to know Lucid better. I'll go over the key technical points and specs that make it clear that Lucid is serious about their vehicles. It's starting to look like there will be healthy competition between Lucid and other EV manufacturers. But before we begin, I want to give a warm welcome to our newest Patreon member, Daniel Bambridge. Daniel, you are awesome. Thank you for your kind support. Welcome to the EV Source team, where you can be part of the EV revolution by helping us share and inform others about the technologies and possibilities for a sustainable future. So without further ado, let's jump right in. If Lucid hasn't grabbed your attention yet, I hope it will after watching this video. Their vehicles are currently above most people's budgets, but they will be more affordable down the road, so don't give up the hope just yet. The launch event gained worldwide attention after the members of the Lucid team unveiled their vehicles and gave us more in-depth information about their technology and future plans. Let's begin with their technology. Lucid designs the drivetrain and all of the components that go into making the skate on which the body of the vehicle will sit on, all in-house. They've miniaturized all the components to make more room for the passengers and for cargo. This miniaturization, however, does not make compromises. It's super efficient and power dense. They've designed the engine in a way that the electric motor, transmission, differential, and inverter are all a single compact unit that weighs only 73 kilograms or 161 pounds and is up to 500 kilowatts. The power to weight ratio is nothing like anything else in the EV market today, and because the engine is so compact, it can be easily configured in different configurations. Even though Lucid was not chasing speed and horsepower, they ended up with a car that can do a quarter mile in less than 10 seconds with over 1000 horsepower. This was just a byproduct of making an efficient vehicle with enough range to make range anxiety a thing of the past, with up to 517 miles of range on a single charge. Cars are becoming even more like computers on wheels than ever before. Lucid's Ethernet architecture for data management with hardware-based security protocols gives us a look into how vehicles are changing and becoming smarter as we move into the future of transportation. And since we're on the topic of smart, Lucid Air comes with self-driving capabilities that they call the Dream Drive. The car is equipped with 32 sensors that are comprised of ultrasonic sensors, radar sensors, a high-definition LiDAR system, and 14 cameras for 360-degree coverage that all work together to enable the car to drive on its own. Lucid also has over-the-air updates that we have become so familiar with because of Tesla. These updates will improve the car's software and capabilities down the road, just like Tesla does today. They also have a camera inside the car to monitor the driver. It can recognize the driver and adjust all comfort settings according to the driver's preferences. This will make the car feel more personalized for each driver. This also allows the car to see if you're paying attention to the road or not. This matters when the car is driving itself and you as a driver are still required by law to pay attention to the road. In a Tesla, you have to keep one hand on the steering wheel when autopilot is engaged, but in a Lucid Air, you're completely hands-free so long as you're paying attention to the road ahead of you. Paying attention to the road should be obvious and common sense, since self-driving cars are still far from 100% self-driving, or in other words, they're still far from true level 5 autonomy. When it comes to batteries, Lucid doesn't make its own batteries, but rather has partnered up with battery manufacturers like LG Chem. They do, however, make their own battery packs that have a very efficient heating and cooling system to make the best use of the batteries no matter what climate the car is driven in. Together with their battery management system, or BMS in short, they can optimize the batteries for every scenario. Lucid is currently the only one that uses a 900-volt architecture, which is also built in-house. The car can handle up to 350 kilowatt charging, and together with the 900-volt system, the car can charge up to 20 miles in a minute. That's 100 miles of added range in just 5 minutes. Their onboard charging system, which Lucid is calling the Wunderbox, which literally means the miracle box, enables the car for vehicle-to-grid and vehicle-to-vehicle applications. This means that during a power outage, you can run your home using the car for up to 3 to 5 days. Additionally, this technology can also be used to charge another Lucid vehicle and other vehicles as well, provided they are equipped with the necessary converters. Lucid is also tackling the energy storage side of things by providing home battery systems that can be scaled up for large utility systems, similar to what Tesla has been doing for a few years now. Lucid has partnered up with Electrify America that has level 3 chargers across the states. They have chargers that can deliver up to 1000 volts that can enable very fast charging speeds. Chargers that operate on a lower voltage, for instance a 400 volt system, which the Wunderbox can boost to the car's operating voltage for faster charging. The partnership with Electrify America offers the first Lucid owners 3 years of free charging at all Electrify America charging points. Lucid is also leading the way with a completely new type of dealership model, which they call studios. This is a very welcomed improvement to the old dealership model that most people don't appreciate anymore. With car sales now transitioning to an online model, dealerships are bound to change, and the entire buying experience is going through a shift. Potential Lucid customers can now customize their own vehicle online and save their design, which can then be experienced in Lucid dealership studios using virtual reality. But it doesn't end there. Customers can also get familiar with the chosen materials at the studio and feel how each surface and fabric feels like before sending out their order. This idea is not new, but I don't believe it has been used by any car dealerships to date. This dealership model really feels like something I would be happy to experience as soon as Lucid makes a studio here in Vancouver. Lucid will begin deliveries in the spring of 2021, starting with the limited edition Lucid Air Dream Edition priced at $169,000 and Air Grand Touring at $139,000. They will begin deliveries for the Air Touring model, which starts from $95,000 in late 2021. And finally, the Lucid Air Base model that will start below $80,000, which will begin deliveries in 2022. Lucid also unveiled its SUV that they call Project Gravity. No details were shared about the SUV or when the SUV would begin production, but I'm sure they will release more details once it's closer to production. But if I had to guess, I'd say they might start producing the SUV around the same time as the $80,000 Lucid Air in 2022. The price is well above most people's budget, but I think the point here is that breakthroughs in battery technology and efficiency will eventually lead to vehicles with more range and lower cost.
What really excites me is how we can use these technological breakthroughs to benefit more cost-effective, more energy-efficient cars in the future. We're currently about 17% more efficient than the closest competitor, and that can be used to achieve the same range as that competitor with 17% smaller battery pack, which has a multiplier effect on the car. It's akin to a 20% cost saving in batteries implementable today without the cost of industrialization. Another way of looking at it, the 17% extra efficiency is the equivalent of a 17% step gain in battery energy. And we've achieved that now without the billions that it would take to industrialize that. Lucid's technologies have achieved these breakthroughs, the equivalent of 20% cost saving in batteries or 17% energy breakthrough. They've achieved them today, and we're putting that into production with Lucid Air early 21.
It's inevitable that the costs will drop as we move forward, especially when electric vehicles start to dominate the car market. This is just the transitioning phase that we're going through right now, and we're still very early in the process. The EV revolution will happen. It's already happening. And in about 5 years, things will really start to take off with more EVs to choose from. Give it another 5 years and EVs will start to dominate the streets. That's when I believe most EVs will be as affordable, if not more affordable, than today's gasoline vehicles, with plenty of second-hand EVs to choose from to enable even those with low income to switch to an EV. Lucid has achieved something really remarkable, and they're certainly taking electric vehicles to the next level. Is the Lucid Air the new benchmark for luxury electric cars, or will companies like Tesla have something hidden up their sleeve to ensure they're still the industry leaders by the time deliveries of the Lucid Air begin next year? With Tesla's battery day just around the corner, the expectations might be higher than before after Lucid's unveiling event. One thing is for sure, what Tesla unveils on battery day is more important than before. Though Tesla and Lucid are in different segments in the car market with a vastly different price range, the technology and specifications speak for themselves and are very much comparable to Tesla. Lucid started from electric race cars and developed a technology that enabled them to do a full race without charging or swapping the battery pack. And now that same technology will be used in the Lucid Air, bringing racetrack performance to an everyday luxury sedan. The cars are designed for mass production despite the fact that they're starting with the higher and expensive models. This is precisely how Tesla got started and was only able to introduce more affordable variants years later. I believe Lucid is following a similar path as Tesla did and will make cars less expensive down the road. And if things really work out for Lucid, they will likely bring out new models in the future that could be more affordable. Lucid, just like Tesla, is starting to look like more than just a car company. I would keep my eyes on the company if you're thinking to invest, because Lucid might go public in the next couple of years. One thing that stood out to me from the event was Peter mentioning that their technology could be used by other manufacturers.
And I see 3 areas where Lucid can make a real difference. First is our cars. Secondly is our technologies. And then finally, look at our most advanced technology, making that available to other automakers, because time is of the essence. We can't wait. The world needs to move to sustainable mobility as soon as possible.
This to me sounds like they're trying to look for partners to sell their technology to. Perhaps companies that struggle with manufacturing compelling EVs. Companies like, I don't know, GM or Ford perhaps. Or maybe these companies would rather go down with their sinking ships instead of buying EV technology from a startup company. I don't know, I'm just speculating here, but it was interesting to hear how Peter was talking about how this technology could transition to all aspects of sustainable transportation in the very near future. And as you perhaps know by now, I'm all for it so long as they can show a path to more affordable solutions. The world needs this to happen, but it's not going to help the world if only a small percentage of people can afford these products. I guess we can only watch and wait to see which direction the company leads us. I personally think Lucid has a bright future ahead of them, but what do you think? Do you think Lucid is here to stay? And what do you think about their technology and cars so far? Leave your thoughts down below. And if you're still watching, you're awesome. If you own a Tesla and would like to buy accessories to make your Tesla stand out, check out App.Ocean and use the code EVSource or the link in the description to receive 10% off on your purchase. And if you would like to show more support for the channel and get cool stuff in return, check out EVSource online store for shirts, hoodies, and more. Or become a patron and get access to exclusive content and get your name on the show. Check out our Patreon page for more information. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up as it will help the video tremendously. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on our future videos. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep charging ahead, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe and take care.